One left. I guess I gotta go home after this. Well, hello YouTube, it's Dr. Drake 63 here again with my co-host Chloe. Today we're going to do a 1-year, approximately 2,000 round review on what is still my favorite rifle, the Arsenal SLR 104 and 5.45 by 39. It's kind of unusual to have the same rifle in my world, for the same rifle to be my favorite rifle. After a year, I kind of tend to be finicky that way. This one's making it no contest. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to talk about the fun we've had with it, and why this is still my favorite rifle, and I like it more than I did a year ago. Stay tuned. One of the things that impresses me so much about this particular firearm is the locking mechanism. See right here, there's just simply a button. You need to put a little bit of counter pressure on it, and then it closes, and that's it. You've got a very handy, able to get in and out of places type of scenario, in and out of a vehicle, in and out of doors, and it's very, very easy to shoot from this position. And you can see it's there. It's not going anywhere. It's a great design. This is the other thing I love. The bolt. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to do it like this. Just love that bolt. 2-stage trigger as well. A little bit of a squeeze. And there you go. Some guys don't like that. I like it plenty because I've kind of typically always been a 2-stage trigger guy. But you just can't beat this for how handy it is, how quickly you're in a position to do something with it, and it is so lightweight, so lightweight. This gun has not had a single failure to either feed or eject since I've got it with any kind of ammo or any kind of magazine that I've got. So first of all, when I talk to you about ammo in 5.45 by 39 relative to the Arsenal SLR 104, it all works. I've got good prices on the Golden Tiger. Has been the cheapest that I've bought in a while. The Red Army Standard is available all over the place. I think I can still pick this up for $7 a box. And then you see the Wolf. So you've got 60 grain, you got 69 grain, the 59 grain for the Tiger, which more emulates 7N6, which is this stuff right here. No longer available for import, but I was able to get some before it went away. I think you can still get it if you're willing to pay the money. But it is no longer the cheap way to go. 7N6 is going to cost you the same as these guys right here. But it's still pretty cheap. We're looking at shooting at about 21 cents a round or so. When it comes to magazines, I've had a lot better luck in the AK-74 platform than I have in the AK-47 platform. Main reason is these magazines in the AK-74 tend to be a lot more forgiving. Never had any issues with any of the surplus mags I've bought. Here's a used Tula. I love it. It locks up nice and tight. Here's an Izhevsk that I don't know if you can kind of distinguish the plum color in this lighting very well. A lot of it's worn off. And here are the new Circle 10. I've got probably 6 or 7 of these, a couple of these, so I'm still in the acquisition phase. But pretty much like today, when I go to the range, I take along my trusty 5-cell mag pouch. It works out nice. But never a problem with magazines, and I can't say that with the steel surplus I've been seeing with, well, at least lately, it seems like 1 out of every 2 cheap AK magazines, steel side that I buy has an issue, so we'll have to see, but never anything with these. What you're looking at is a rifle that has been shot in all weather conditions, including, we had it out to a buddy's farm, and I think it was 5 below last year. 5 below Fahrenheit. And we've shot this in as hot as 90-something degrees with humidity. I have not detailed this weapon. I have not done anything other than just wipe it down when I'm done. And you can see right there, you can see the quality of the paint job, which is paint over a parkerized finish. It's all original. I have not changed anything about this firearm. And I am going to take it apart and let you look at what these parts look like after a couple thousand rounds. I'm not going to get too detailed with this, but I want you to see what we're looking at here in terms of wear. And it looks like normal wear to me. Bolt face looks good. Extractor looks good. Again, normal wear. Looking at the carrier itself. You can see the tail's been beat out a little bit. Profiling on the trigger. I'm going to try to get some better pictures for you and flash those up. Looking inside the barrel. When you take that muzzle brake off, you could be in for a surprise. If you look real closely, you can see this carbon buildup here. And I have actually cleaned a good portion of this off before just by taking some CLP on a rag and just giving one of these motions, being real careful, and then running a bore snake as the stuff might go down. You don't want to damage the crown. And this right here is not hurting anything, but as far as keeping it off, again, I like to keep this from becoming too much of a deal. But that's inherent to these brakes. That's what they do. They leave a lot of carbon behind. The RWC Sega conversion was a nice inexpensive way for me to get into the 74 hobby. It shot okay and made me really want a purpose-built gun. The Century M74 was most definitely not the answer. This gun had problems from day one. As far as my other AKs went, I've had a lot of fun with this Romanian. I like this Yugo underfolder. Here's my old NPAP. It had some metallurgy issues. Then let's not even talk about all the ARs. I thought about giving them names once, but realized that it would be too hard to part with them. Some of these I still have, some of these have moved on, but I tend to go through a lot of rifles. So when I talk about having a favorite rifle, I'm not comparing it to my BB gun. So I've given you a pretty good look up close and otherwise at this guy today, even a little bit of me shooting it. I've had this rifle for a year, like I said earlier in this video. At the year point, I'm probably not too excited about a firearm anymore, and this has been the exception. As I said to my wife, I'd miss a mortgage payment if I could get my hands on another SLR 104 for a decent price. I was lucky to get these when they were available last year. Arsenal is no longer manufacturing these for export due to military obligations with other countries' militaries. So these are going to get hard to find. You can get the SLR UR, which is a front sight long barrel version. I'll flash up a picture of that on the screen. That's really meant to be cut down and turned into an SBR, which I'd also like to do. But I'd take another SLR 104 FR in a minute. As of today, I'm 53 years old. If I shoot a couple thousand rounds a year through this thing yet, it's probably going to last longer than I am. I don't know. Depends on whether I use 7N6 and clean it or not. But I just love everything about the way this is put together. Would I take this over, you know, an AR platform that is completely, you know, set up with all the modern battlefield advantages that you could get? The answer is, in fact, I've got one. I've got an SBR in 300 Blackout, pictured here, that would probably be the gun I'd grab if, whatever they call it, S hits the something, I don't know, kind of gross sounding. But anyway, this is my favorite rifle. And it's my favorite rifle to shoot, and since the odds of us ever being in some kind of large insurrection, self-defense, tyrannical, what, you know, blah, 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 is so low, that you better have rifles that you just enjoy shooting. And this is one of them. I've really enjoyed it, and I look forward to shooting this for many more years to come. I don't know what the point of doing repeat videos would be unless the darn thing broke. But I hope you enjoyed it. As always, I love having you guys watch my videos. It's fun to make them, and I always enjoy it when you make comments. So maybe we'll come back and we'll revisit this firearm in a year. Maybe not. I'm Dr. Drake, and thanks for watching.